everybody, welcome to the Art of the Deals. Brother Kenneth here. This one's a bit disturbing, and it's been going on for a little bit, and I'll bring up the screen first. First, beginning with the article. This came out in, unfortunately, August 2016. The problem with conservatives, Christians, and all that is they don't act quick enough. You know, the people in the government seem to be more worried about the votes, and they try to sweep this stuff under the rug, because God forbid we don't get Satanist votes. But this happened on August 2nd, 2016. The request was granted, and then you end up with the website. Well, it was already up, but look at this. Donate to help us counter evangelism in schools. Well, God forbid they get a little Jesus in her life. Educating with Satan, good grief. Can you believe it? It's like a joke. Shop Satan. Look at the book here. They got all these people otherwise would be considered like the drug addicts, the molested children, and the bullies. That's funny. So they represent all the rest, huh? Looks like Nelson from The Simpsons would have some place to go after school. I can't tell you how many years ago it was. I think it might have been 12 years ago. There was a case where a school in Humansville, Missouri, which is not far from here, I don't know, about 20 minutes from here, and the mother sued supposedly on behalf of the daughter over 10 Commandments plaque being in the cafeteria. Well, it turns out the mother divorced the father. The father takes her to Christian school every weekend when he has her on the weekend, takes her to religion school. And so the daughter really doesn't have a problem. I don't know why the schools are so afraid of these things. And the mother was dating, I don't know, was living with and all that stuff, a man who was a lawyer. So in other words, she had an endless supply of a guy who can just jump in the court and had nothing better to do. Well, eventually the school gave in because they couldn't afford to keep going back to court. I guess that's what they were thinking about. And I did hear that she was about 3 months behind on her rent. So she wasn't doing very well, and thought she'd take advantage of and capitalize this on, you know, on God, Jesus, the faith. And of course, the end result was the school gave in, and I don't remember how much it was, $50,000 or something. I don't remember the disclosure amount. You can find it online, Humansville, Missouri, and the 10 Commandments argument. So moving ahead, you know, we're back to this kind of stuff here. Was this just a case of being afraid to take on this type of mentality again? It's not like attacking the 10 Commandments statue. I think this city, this is considered the Bible buckle, Springfield, Missouri, and this is what the weird thing is. Look at this. Look at all the cities that have one. There's not that many. Atlanta, Georgia, big cities. Los Angeles, California. Pensacola, Florida. That's not really as like Tampa or anything. Portland, Oregon. Salt Lake City, Utah. Seattle, Washington. Oh, there's Springfield, Missouri. We'll get back to that in a minute. Tucson, Arizona. Is that a big city? Washington, D.C. That's it. So somehow people here voted in. Maybe the people in the school board or something doesn't have the best interest of the city. They call it the Bible buckle. The Bible buckle, the Bible belt. The Assemblies of God is here. There's a bunch of Christian colleges here. The Assemblies of God headquarters is here. I worked on their computer once. And right here in Wilkins Elementary School, 732 West Talmadge Street, Springfield, Missouri, 65803, area code 417-523-0000. Someone made a case to the school board, the city, whatever, and they ended up putting in a Satan school, after-school program, rather. And I think maybe it was because they're afraid of another Humansville incident. They're not prepared at all to fight lawyers. Here's the thing that doesn't make sense to me at all. Not that any of it would anyway, in some capacity. But how did this get through? Satanism claimed that Satan is not a deity. He's just sort of like a figurehead. So wouldn't that make them a philosophy or cult? How could they compete with Christians on the idea like, well, we're a religion too. Let's come up with a Satan after-school program. That doesn't make any sense. Anybody get any sense out of this at all? How is it we had a lawyer who was able to fight against the 10 Commandments that somehow her daughter was offended when it absolutely there's no proof of it. The father said no, and she's going to Christian school on Sunday. She has no problem with it, but the mother did, so she complains about it, and they lost. I mean, the state and the schools and the Christians and the Jews all lost. Think about this for a little bit. Didn't anybody really fight this? Was it all about they have all the money and we don't kind of thing? Good versus evil is always going to be we don't have money to defend ourselves. So the disturbing thing for a worldwide phenomenon you got to think about. And the fact being with this is that they tucked their tail between their legs and ran off because the school district, smaller one, it's not the Springfield school district, it's one out of town, couldn't fight this. I don't know what kind of people those people are in Humansville, but I think it's pretty much well established. You can tell who they are by their actions, good or evil. Those are not good people. Now you got this thing going on here with writing on the idea, and it wasn't even in the same town, this Humansville thing, which made a lot of news for some reason. And they're afraid to lose getting sued by a Satanic Temple when they have an argument right there. You're not a religion. Stop saying you're a religion. So it's like saying I'm a religion suddenly because I believe I should eat cheese on only Fridays. So based on my belief, I'm a religion now. I mean, if you're going to hide behind this idea to Satan, they believe in Satan's real. They do. Except these dabblers and stuff like that, their public image is obviously going to be different. So if they represent themselves as not having a deity, and Satan's not a real figure, he's just a figurehead, like a mascot per se. That doesn't make them a religion. Now, why in all these lawyers out there in the world, why didn't somebody say, hey, there's something wrong with this? Was he afraid of getting a spell put on him? He's afraid of, losing and having a mark on his horrible career. Lawyers are always so worried about their statistics and stuff. They really hate it when someone else beats them, even if they know they're wrong, just because they don't like that mark. They make their money on their ballpark scores. They it doesn't matter if they're right or wrong. They just want to be the winner 24/7. Be like 24-0, and then that one person beats them, and it's, oh no, it's a scar on my record. Jump out the window like it's the stock market crash in 1920s. But why didn't one lawyer try to pick this up? Because I tried to look it up, and as far as I could see, I mean, you couldn't even have a 501c3, where if you're going to declare a religion, it had to be a legitimate one. You just couldn't make one up because people try to do that all the time. Well, Temple of Satan says basically that Satan's not a deity. Well, then you're not a religion, pal. Why didn't somebody sue this to keep it out of this neck of the woods? Somehow made it with all these other scuzzy places. I mean, forgive me, but, Los Angeles, the home of street feces now. Portland, Oregon, about the same. Salt Lake City, Utah. Well, did that Mormon thing the same reason they did here. It was purposely targeted on the map. Like they'll get all the squeaky clean Osmond-like Mormons there. A Christian denomination. Seattle, Washington, that's no different than Portland, Oregon. Then suddenly you have this. I don't know about Tucson, Arizona. Washington, D.C., well, you might as well know about that. Just watch the news. It's like Chicago. But this is disgusting and despicable. How much further can you say? And it was right on the doorstep here. So it makes you ask about the local government, too. But what about all the pastors and preachers that probably have lawyers in their back pocket paid on an annual basis where you could have sent them in there to try to fight this stuff? So I know this was, over 2 years ago, but this is resurrecting it. So this is how evil creeps in. So this is what the world deserves. After school Satan program. What can I say? We get the people that we deserve. We get what we deserve. I'm saying we as a society. Now I got to suffer along with everybody else for people's stupid mistakes and overlooking things. See, while you were sleeping, this stuff happens. While you were not paying attention, this happens. While you're paying your bills and living your life, this stuff happens. Look at what we had for things that rolled into the government. More things to disturb. I know this is older news because it's from 2006, and since that original article that they put up, in the meantime, they had gotten it through and started this after-school Satan program. It's like, I can't believe it. Why don't we just have an after-school Ted Bundy program or pick any other? It's like there's no positive fruits coming out of there. It's like, anybody ever see the, 11 commandments of Satanism? It's like, someone gets in your face, destroy them. That's their kind of commandments. It's like, what do we do to that? We're not like Now, the nation's kind of afraid of Muslims. They're afraid that you do a Draw Muhammad contest, they're going to kill you. Okay, I mean, it's proven that way pretty much. But why are they afraid of Satanists to the point where they feel like they got to cater to them, and they'll ignore the fact that they say they don't have a deity? And, you know, I don't know. You guys figure it out. Sitting around stuff. We're physical bodies. Try to do something. That's what I can say. You people who actually can. All right, God bless you.